Good morning, doston. Good morning, all. So let's begin with today's session. Look at the first question. With reference to Mexico, consider the following statements. The first statement says that Mexico shares the land borders with three countries. Absolutely correct. The second statement says its longest international border is with the United States of America. Again correct. The third statement says the Tropic of Cancer passes through the northern region of Mexico. Again correct. All these statements are correct here. Question is, how many of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So all these statements are correct here, right? So C for Calcutta should be the correct answer. Look at the explanation part why we picked up this question. So first of all, look at the map of Mexico. So this is Mexico with the capital Mexico City, right? यहाँ वेस्टर्न एंड पे देख रहे हैं आप, यहाँ पैसिफिक ओशन है, दिस इज गल्फ ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया, यहाँ पे गल्फ ऑफ मैक्सिको एंड द कैरिबियन सी, राइट? एंड नॉर्दर्न एंड पे आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका है, और आप ये देख सकते हैं ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर पासेस थ्रू द नॉर्दर्न रीजन ऑफ मैक्सिको, राइट? चलिए, और यहां आप देख रहे हैं ये सेंट्रल अमेरिका में यहाँ पे बॉर्डर फॉर्म कर रहा है मैक्सिको, राइट? So Mexico shares its land borders with the United States, Guatemala, and Belize. The longest border is with the United States, and the Tropic of Cancer passes through the northern part of Mexico. Why we picked up this question? So अभी recently यहाँ पे violence जो है वो erupt हुए हैं. So Mexico deploys 10,000 troops to end the violence over the drug lord death. ठीक है, तो वहां पे एक फेमस ड्रग लॉर्ड है, उसकी डेथ हुई अभी हाल ही में, और उसकी डेथ के बाद में यहाँ पे सीरीज ऑफ वायलेंस यहाँ पे स्टार्ट हुए हैं. क्लियर? इसलिए इस क्वेश्चन को हमने पिक किया है. चलिए, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो लुक एट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. With reference to Operation Twist, consider the following statements. The first statement says it involves the sale of the short-term government security. Yes, correct. And the purchase of the long-term government securities by the central bank. Absolutely correct. The second statement says it increases the overall money supply in the economy, similar to the quantitative easing. No, that's not correct. Through the quantitative easing, मनी इज पम्प्ड इन द मार्केट, राइट? सो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, यहाँ पे मॉनेटरी यूनिट को, जो भी किसी कंट्री की मॉनेटरी यूनिट है, उसको प्रिंट करके फिर मार्केट में पंप किया जाता है ताकि मनी सप्लाई जो है ओवरऑल वो इंक्रीज हो जाए. लेकिन ऐसा यहाँ पे ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट के अंदर नहीं है, राइट? सो सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट है. लुक एट द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट. इट्स प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू रिड्यूस द लॉन्ग टर्म इंटरेस्ट रेट्स एंड टू स्टिमुलेट द इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. सो हाउ मेनी ऑफ these statements given above is oblique are correct? Correct answer is only 2. So B for Bombay would be the correct answer, right? So look at the explanation part why we picked up this question. So you can see here, Operation Twist is a monetary policy used by the US Federal Reserves, where the central bank sells the short-term government bonds and uses the money to buy the long-term government bond. This policy helps the lower long-term interest rates and making borrowing cheaper for the businesses and the individuals and stimulate the economic growth, right? इस पॉलिसी को सबसे पहली बार 1961 में इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया था. इसके बाद 2008 एंड 9 के फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस के बाद में इसको रिविजिट किया गया, इस पॉलिसी को रिव्यू किया गया. और डू रिमेंबर कि यहाँ पे 2012 में जब इस पॉलिसी को वापस से इंप्लीमेंट किया गया, बहुत ही क्रिटिकल चेंजेस वहां की इकोनॉमी में देखने मिले, राइट? सो याद रखिएगा कि इट इज टोटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द क्वांटिटेटिव ईजिंग. क्यों? क्योंकि क्वांटिटेटिव ईजिंग में क्या होता है, यहाँ पे मनी सप्लाई जो है उसको एनहेंस किया जाता है बाय प्रिंटिंग मनी एंड बाय इन्फ्यूजिंग दैट मनी इनटू द मार्केट. अंडरस्टूड? लुक एट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. विद रेफरेंस टू द पीएम सूर्य घर मुफ्त बिजली योजना, consider the following statements. The first statement says the scheme was launched in 2024 to provide subsidy support for the rooftop solar installations to the households. Absolutely correct. The second statement says the subsidy is available only for the solar systems up to 2 kilowatt capacity. No, that is not correct. That is 3 kilowatt and not the 2 kilowatt. So second statement is incorrect here. Look at the third statement. The scheme provides for the development of a model solar village in each district. Again correct. देखिए इसके लिए क्या होना चाहिए कि जो विलेज है उसकी पॉपुलेशन 5000 एंड अबव होना चाहिए, राइट? कितना? 5000 and above. Also remember कि in case of the in case of those villages which falls within the special states, तो जो special category states हैं वहां पे अगर population 2000 and above भी है तब भी it's okay. Clear? So याद रखिएगा 5000 and above in case of the normal villages and the normal states, 2000 in case of the special category states, right? चलिए, so third statement is absolutely correct here. Look at the fourth statement. Discoms are designated as the state implementation agencies under the scheme. Again correct. So how many of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So 3 statements are correct here. C for Calcutta should be the correct answer. So look at the explanation part why we picked up this question. So PM Surya Ghar scheme crosses 30 lakh rooftop solar installations. The scheme aims to equip 1 crore homes with the rooftop solar by 26-27. कितने? 1 crore households, right? यहाँ देखिएगा ध्यान से. It has been estimated that rooftop solar systems in 1 crore households may produce renewable electricity of 1000 billion units, which may result in the reduction of 720 million tons of CO2 emission during the 25 years of lifetime of these system, right? तो ये अभी हाल ही में रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी मिनिस्टर जो है उनका स्टेटमेंट आया था प्रहलाद जोशी का, इसलिए इस क्वेश्चन को हमने पिक किया है. ऑल्सो रिमेंबर द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया. तो अगर आप भी अपने घरों में सोलार रूफटॉप प्लांट्स को अगर आप स्टैब्लिश करवाना चाहते हैं, इंस्टॉल करवाना चाहते हैं, तो उसके लिए एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया क्या है? सो द फर्स्ट एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया इज कि इंडियन नेशनल होना जरूरी है. देन द हाउस होल्ड मस्ट ओन अ हाउस विद अ रूफ दैट इज suitable for installing the solar panels. The third one is the household must have a valid electricity connection, and the last one is the household must not have availed any other subsidy for the solar panels. Right? So do remember the eligibility criteria. या तो एग्जामिनर एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया को पूछेगा या फिर वो इस स्कीम के इंप्लीमेंटेशन की टेक्निकलिटीज हैं उसको पूछेगा. राइट? चलिए, सो आई होप यू गाइस अंडरस्टूड द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया फॉर दिस स्कीम. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो लुक एट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. With reference to Prahar counter-terrorism policy, consider the following statements. The first statement says it is India's first comprehensive counter-terrorism policy based on a zero-tolerance approach. Absolutely correct. The second statement says the policy framework is structured around 7 strategic pillars. Again correct. Both these statements are correct here. The question is, which of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So both these statements are correct here. C for Calcutta should be the correct answer. Now, why we picked up this question? So there is a strong reason. Recently, government introduced India's first anti-terror policy, Prahar. Right? And it is based on 7 important parameters. याद रखिएगा. So both these statements are correct here regarding the Prahar counter-terrorism policy. Right? So this policy may come up in your examination, and this policy titled Prahar, which has been uploaded on the MHA website. India faces terrorist threats on all the 3 fronts: water, land, and air, and that the capacities have been developed to protect critical sectors of the economy, including the power, railways, aviation, ports, defense, space, and atomic energy from both the state and the non-state actors. Right? Non-state actors मतलब जैसे for example के तौर पे militant organizations, terrorist organizations, right? Naxals. तो ये सब क्या है? ये सब non-state actors हैं. Understood? चलिए, now let's move on to the next question. So look at the question number 5. India's first overseas defense manufacturing facility was recently inaugurated in which of the following countries? Correct answer is Morocco, right? चलिए, now let's move on to the explanation part. So you can see the explanation here. India's first overseas defense manufacturing facility inaugurated in Morocco, right? So the facility has been set up by Tata Advanced Systems Limited, TASL, and will manufacture the wheeled armored platforms jointly designed with Defense Research and by an Indian private company in Africa, and it strengthens the strategic partnership with Morocco, right? So now let's move on to the next question. So look at the question number 6. Which one of the following best describes the term biofoundry, often seen in the news? See, it is nothing but using artificial intelligence, robotics plus biology, right? So the correct answer is A. A facility for the automated design and testing of the biological systems, right? So A for Ahmedabad should be the correct answer. So basically a facility for the automated design and testing of the biological systems, right? So using the artificial intelligence, robotics plus biology, right? Chaliye, now let's move on to the explanation part. So you can see the explanation here. Jitendra Singh launches India's first national biofoundry network under which policy? Under the Bio E3 policy. Please go through this policy once, right? A biofoundry is a highly automated facility that integrates the robotics, artificial intelligence, and the synthetic biology, right? Do remember. Chaliye, now let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Consider the following statements regarding the WTO agreement on the fisheries subsidies. The first statement says the WTO agreement on the fisheries subsidies that aims to increase the global fish production through controlled subsidies. No, that's not correct. Second statement says, statement number 2 says it prohibits subsidies that contributes to overfishing and promotes environmental sustainability. That is absolutely correct. So statement number 1 is incorrect and statement number 2 is correct. So do remember what should be the correct answer. D for Delhi should be the correct answer. Statement number 1 is incorrect, but the statement number 2 is correct, right? So D for Delhi should be the correct answer. So look at the explanation part why we picked up this question. So India seeks strong WTO subsidy rules for the high seas fishing, right? The World Trade Organization agreement on fisheries subsidies does not aim to increase fish production. Instead, it seeks to curb the harmful fisheries subsidies, particularly those contributing to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, overfishing, and depletion of the marine resources, right? Whereas the statement number 2 is correct because the agreement promotes environmental sustainability by prohibiting subsidies that contribute to the overfishing, right? तो यहाँ पे overfishing जो है उसको target किया जा रहा है. चलिए, now let's move on to the next question. Look at the question number 8. Consider the following statements regarding the National Monetization Pipeline 2.0. So statement number 1 says the National Monetization Pipeline 2.0, it estimates an aggregate monetization potential of 16.72 lakh crore rupees over the period of financial year 25-26 to financial year 29-30. Absolutely correct. Statement number 2 says it includes an estimated private sector investment component of 5.8 lakh crore rupees under the asset monetization pipeline of the central ministries and the public sector entities. Again correct, right? So both these statements are correct here, but try to understand the main objective of the National Monetization Pipeline 2.0 या फिर 2.0 जो भी आप कहना चाहें. पहले आप ये समझिए कि what is the difference डिफरेंस बिटवीन दी ग्रीन फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड दी ब्राउन फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स। तो ग्रीन फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स मतलब द न्यूली स्टैब्लिश्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स, राइट, द न्यूली कंस्ट्रक्टेड। वहीं अगर मैं बात करूं ब्राउन फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स की, प्रोजेक्ट्स विच हैव ऑलरेडी बीन एस्टैब्लिश्ड, राइट, फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक रेलवेज, रोडवेज, तो नेशनल हाईवेज हैं, एक्सप्रेसवेज हैं, राइट, या फिर पोर्ट्स हैं, एयरपोर्ट्स हैं, राइट। तो अगर हम इन सब की बात करें जो ऑलरेडी स्टैब्लिश हो चुके हैं, तो ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स को सरकार क्या करेगी, सरकार इसको लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए लीज पे देगी, किसको, प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स को। एंड by leasing out these like infrastructure projects to the private entities, government will be getting money, और इस मनी को फिर गवर्नमेंट कहां डाइवर्ट कर देगी, इन द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द न्यू इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स। अंडरस्टूड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट? तो सिंपली जो पुराने प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, जो ब्राउनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, उनको लीज आउट करना, यहां पे सिर्फ लीज आउट करने की बात हो रही है, उनको सेल करने की बात नहीं हो रही है, राइट। तो इनका ऑपरेशन और इनका बेसिकली ऑपरेशनल कंट्रोल जो है वो प्राइवेट एंटिटीज के हाथ में चले जाएगा। अब इसके कुछ प्रोज एंड कॉन्स भी होते हैं। प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स की मोनोपोली बढ़ सकती है, इससे प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स का अल्टीमेट ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है, प्रॉफिट मेकिंग। अब अगर प्रॉफिट मेकिंग इज द अल्टीमेट ऑब्जेक्टिव, तो क्या वो कॉस्ट कटिंग करने की कोशिश करेंगे? ऑब्वियसली यस। क्या इससे जो है वो लाइक लोगों को सब स्टैंडर्ड सर्विसेज मिल सकती हैं? अगेन यस। तो इस तरह के कई कंसर्न्स यहां पे आएंगे, कई मल्टीपल चैलेंजेस इस तरह के यहां पे अराइज होंगे। अंडरस्टूड? चलिए, सो यहां पे करेक्ट आंसर क्या होगा, बोथ दी स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट है। लेकिन क्या स्टेटमेंट नंबर 2 जो है स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 का जस्टिफिकेशन है? द आंसर इज नो, राइट। सो बोथ दी स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट हियर एंड स्टेटमेंट नंबर 2 is not the correct explanation for the statement number 1. So B for Bombay should be the correct answer. Look at the explanation part. So Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launches National Monetization Pipeline 2.0 या 2.0 in New Delhi, right? अब यहाँ देख सकते हैं आप, the National Monetization Pipeline 2.0, it is a strategic policy framework developed by the NITI Aayog in consultation with the infrastructure ministries to identify and monetize core public infrastructure assets while retaining the ownership with the government. It is intended to attract private investments for the public infrastructure through the lease models. PPP मतलब public private पार्टनरशिप मॉडल, एसेट रेंटल्स एंड अदर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स। तो बेसिकली जो ब्राउनफील्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उनको मोनेटाइज करने का यहाँ पे प्लान है सरकार का, राइट। चलिए, नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 9। Consider the following statements regarding the Lake Baikal. So first statement says it is located in the southern Siberia in Russia near the border with Mongolia. Absolutely correct. It is a freshwater lake, right? Second statement says it is the world's deepest lake with a maximum depth of over 1,600 meters. Again correct. It is the deepest lake of the world. The third statement says the lake has multiple outlets draining into different rivers. No, that is not correct. There is only a single outlet, not the multiple outlets. So how many of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So only 2 statements are correct here. B for Bombay should be the correct answer, right? चलिए, now let's move on to the explanation part. Recently यहाँ एक इंसिडेंट हुआ है, 7 bodies of the Chinese tourist recovered from the Lake Baikal in Russia, Siberia, right? तो Lake Baikal न्यूज में थी, इसलिए हमने इसको पिक किया है। वैसे भी रशिया में जो अभी प्रेजेंट विंटर्स हैं, तो अभी पिछले 50 से 60 साल के सबसे सीवियर विंटर्स वहां पे लाइक फील किए गए हैं। सो डू रिमेंबर दिस, राइट। चलिए, now let's move on to the next question. So look at the question number 10. Consider the following statements regarding the Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC. The first statement says CBFC is a statutory body functioning under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Absolutely correct. The second statement says no film can be publicly exhibited in India unless it has been certified by the CBFC. Absolutely correct. The third statement says the chairperson and the members of the board are appointed by the central government. Again correct. All these statements are correct here. Which of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So all these statements are correct here. D for Delhi should be the correct answer. राइट नाउ व्हाई वी पिक्ड अप दिस क्वेश्चन, देखिए सीबीएफसी को लेकर के विवाद होते रहते हैं, कंट्रोवर्सी होती रहती है। तो अभी हाल ही में क्या हुआ कि एक फिल्म है, तमिल फिल्म, अब इस फिल्म के रिलीज को लेकर के यहाँ पे कुछ कंट्रोवर्सी हुई सीबीएफसी को लेकर के, और इसलिए यहाँ पे सीबीएफसी न्यूज में था। याद रखिएगा दैट सीबीएफसी इट इज अ स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी सेट अप अंडर द सिनेमेटोग्राफी एक्ट ऑफ 1952। क्लियर? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। सो लुक एट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स रिगार्डिंग द संकल्प स्कीम. The first statement says it is a flagship program of the Ministry of Skill and Development and Entrepreneurship. Absolutely correct. Second statement says it was approved by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, which is headed by the Prime Minister in 2017 with an outlay of over 4,000 crore rupees. Again correct. The third statement says the scheme aims to strengthen the short-term skill training by improving the institutional frameworks and industry linkages. Again correct. The last statement says it is implemented by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. No, that's not correct. अगर first वैसे भी अगर correct है, तो fourth cannot be the correct answer, right? दोनों एक दूसरे के just opposite हैं. The question is which of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So only 3 statements are correct here, right? So 1, 2, and 3. A for Ahmedabad should be the correct answer. So look at the explanation part. So why we picked up this question? So there is a strong reason. Recently, the Public Accounts Committee, the PAC, pulls up government for poorly planned implementation of the 4,455 crore Sankalp scheme, right? तो CAG ने यहाँ पे फ्लैग किया है, CAG ने भी और Public Accounts Committee ने, तो इस स्कीम में को लेकर के काफी रेड फ्लैग्स आए हैं, राइट? तो रेड फ्लैग्स जो है वो बेसिकली इसके पुअर इंप्लीमेंटेशन को लेकर के हैं। अंडरस्टूड? सो याद रखिएगा इसमें मल्टीपल लूप होल्स हैं। चलिए आगे मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ। सो लुक एट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 12. विद रेफरेंस टू द शेयरिंग ऑफ द the Ganges waters, consider the following statements. The first statement says the 1996 Ganges water sharing treaty between India and Bangladesh governs the sharing of the waters. Absolutely correct. See, it is about to expire by December 2026. तो December 2026 में treaty expire हो जाएगी और इससे पहले दोनों countries को एक नया जो है वो understanding एक नई treaty को sign करना होगा. Right? Look at the second statement. The sharing of the Ganges waters is regulated through the Farakka barrage, which is situated in West Bengal. Right? So both these statements are correct here. Which of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So both these statements are correct here. C for Calcutta should be the correct answer. Look at the explanation part why we picked up this question. So Ganges water sharing treaty, why renegotiating pact tops new Bangladesh government's list of priorities, right? तो agreement कब sign हुआ था? 96 में. कब expire हो रहा है? December 2026 में, right? चलिए, now let's move on to the next question. So look at the question number 13. Consider the following statements regarding the National Organ and Tissues Transplant Organization. First statement says it is a national level organization functioning under the Directorate General of Health Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Absolutely correct. The second statement says it was set up as per the Transplantation of the Human Organs and Tissues Act of 2011. Again, correct. It is a statutory body which was set up under this act, right? So both these statements are correct here. Look at the third statement. It functions as the apex center for coordination and networking for the organ procurement, distribution, and maintenance of a national registry. Absolutely correct. All these statements are correct here. Question is, which of these statements given above is oblique are correct? So D for Delhi means all these statements are correct here. It should be the correct answer. Now let's move on to the explanation part. Look at this one. So recently an article was published in the Hindu regarding this organization, right? So basically lack of coordination को लेकर के, lack of coordination between this body and like various hospitals and the ministries, right? तो इसको लेकर के यहाँ पे एक आर्टिकल पब्लिश हुआ है और इसलिए इस क्वेश्चन को हमने पिक किया है. It was the last question of today's session. उम्मीद करता हूँ कि सेशंस बेहद हेल्पफुल होंगे आपके लिए. एंड प्लीज डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल. मिलेंगे अपने नेक्स्ट सेशन में. बाय बाय, टेक केयर, जय हिंद.